When I first left the religion of my upbringing and my 20-year marriage, I drank a lot of alcohol. I had never had alcohol before. I didn't go through a party stage like most people do in their 20s. And so in my 40s was the time that I really learned how to drink alcohol and I established my relationship with it. And about a year and a half in, I started to realize that A, I didn't want to be drinking in my middle age as much as I was. It was aging me, and I would wake up feeling super depressed the next day. And I knew I wanted to keep alcohol in my life and not completely cut it out because I had done that extreme thing before in my religion. I didn't want to, for me, it was okay. And I felt like I could keep it in my life. Although some people I realize that's not the answer for them. And I respect that. But I started to take SSRIs again because I was under so much stress that going out and drinking was a way for me to like numb myself for a couple hours and just feel okay and just not be so sad and so stressed with all that I was carrying. And the SSRIs just kind of made me really numb, so it was very similar to alcohol, and I didn't like the other side effects, and I just felt cut off from my spirit. And then I'm not saying that people that are on SSRI should go off of them. I believe in medication and I think that it works for some people and it can change people's lives. So I'm not trying to say that. But I knew for me, about 2 years in, after I started cutting out alcohol and I didn't want to be on SSRIs anymore, I started to hear a lot about psilocybin. And I've talked about this before, how I started to microdose this last year. And it has been so key to my health, but more than that, it is a mind, body, soul cleanse. And as I microdose a little bit each day, I am more in touch with those little blocked trauma pieces that we all hold on to that affect our thinking, that limit our lives. And I'm able to be more sensitive to those triggers. And as I'm triggered, I can look at the situation with compassion. I can look at myself with compassion and I can work through the emotion so that I can come out on the other side and be a more whole person. I'll give an example. After spending some time with some really great male friends lately that have good masculine energy, that are safe, that are honest, that are caring and loving, it opened up my heart to love. And that's what psilocybin does. It opens your heart to love in all the ways, because love is the most cleansing force on earth. And it humbled me to look back on relationships where I felt that I was slighted and I felt that I wasn't treated right. And I could look at that situation with a compassionate lens. I could see that my ex was doing the best that he could. I could see that in a lot of ways he did come close to the mark of divine masculine, even though it wasn't necessarily there yet, but he wasn't all bad. I also could look at my father in a different lens and see where he was raised, what generation he was raised in, and that he did the best he could.